Well, hello there from Leiden. I'm Richard Griffiths, and from a very unseasonably warm Netherlands. Temperature is almost in double figures. So, to welcome you to this hangout and the discussion now that you've arrived at the end of your writing phase, discuss what comes next. And by the way, before I pass on to Leah, congratulations for the over 100 of you that have completed the assignment. We're starting looking forward to reading them. So Leah is back in Geneva, so I'll pass over to her now.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. So welcome to this Google Hangout. So I'm Leah Schatter from University of Geneva, and as you can see, so this is a different office. I'm back to my own office. Thank you very much from also the Geneva side for having submitted your essay. We really look forward to reading the work and your argumentation. And so, again, congratulations. With regard to the next step, now it's time to start the peer evaluation, so the peer assessment. You have time until January the 10th. This is a Sunday, and the deadline is at 1 p.m. Central European Time. So once again, please check in which time zone you are, and then calculate what time the deadline will be in your time zone. So, as I said, so now it's time for the peer assessment. How does that work? Actually, you have to evaluate 4 essays plus your own essay. And this is mandatory. If you don't do that, you will get a 20% penalty on your own grade. But we also think that this is a great learning opportunity, and also it will be very interesting for you to read what your peers actually developed, and also to get feedback from your peers on your own essay. So I think that, in terms of how you do the evaluation, you will find actually the criteria on the Coursera site on schedule and grading. So there you find the second table actually outlines the criteria. And then if you go on the system, it will actually guide you through the different criteria. And there you have to provide a score, and there's also space for feedback. And so we encourage you really to give constructive feedback in the way that you also would like to receive feedback, so really from a learning perspective. And I think that is it from the technical side, and I will now hand over to Richard for additional input.
Right, thank you. I think the peer review system is actually a good extra dimension to the course, because it gives you the chance to read on 4 different topics, which other people have spent the time in developing, so that you get, in a way, a content base. But you also get the chance to reflect on how best to approach a certain problem, how other people tackled the design and writing problems that you were confronted with. So I think it would help reinforce your best practice, and perhaps to pick up hints for any future projects like this that you'll be doing. Now, it's also a good moment for us to reflect too. So as you're doing it and thinking about what is going right or going wrong, try and feed that back into your evaluation. We actually try to improve the course as far as we can. We add items to it, amend how we approach it, and we really do rely on your feedback in order to get an idea of which direction we should be going, and basically how to make this a better experience for all of us. You put in a lot of time, we put in a lot of time, and we basically want to get the best benefit for us all from it. So try and look at it positively as an experience, and not just as a chore in order to get the full set of marks. And one other thing I'd like to ask you, about 70% of you do not have English as your first language. And I think it's important for those who are more fluent in the language to take this into account. Obviously, if something cannot be understood at all, yeah, that is a limiting factor, because you stop being able to communicate. But if you think it's put a little bit stiltedly or a little bit awkward, yeah, live with it. Don't mark people down for it. They're doing their best. Imagine, for example, if you had to be writing in Chinese or Russian or Spanish, and think what would happen to your grammar and vocabulary. So be a little bit kind. And don't forget, it is the season of Christmas and good cheer. we agreed that we were allowed to say Christmas, Leah and I, beforehand, so we were trying not to be over politically correct. So, Leah, back to, oh no, back to me still. I was asked, and I think it is important, mention plagiarism. Now, plagiarism is very simple. It is when you take somebody else's words or close paragraphs, paraphrase somebody else, and don't give them the attribution that they have done it. In other words, you pretend that the work is yours, whereas it actually isn't. Now, if you use somebody else's words, you can indicate that very clearly by using inverted commas. And then we all know those are not your words, you've taken it from somewhere else. And then you attribute that with a footnote. If you don't do that, then basically you're trying to con someone that they haven't done it. So plagiarism should be taken very seriously. And when you're looking at it, you'll find a tab. There's a possibility on the page to signal a plagiarized work. And if you have any suspicion, signal it, flag it. And Coursera will put it through their plagiarism machine where they tear up all the words and see where they come from and check it for plagiarism, because we take this very seriously. We're not asking you to read, write, or to check it all the way through. There are machines that will do a lot of that work for us. They're pretty accurate. I've used them myself. So we'll do that work. So plagiarism is there. How to avoid plagiarism, or what it is, there's one of my little podcasts deals with that question as well if you want to check out. So please take that in mind as well. Sorry, I almost forgot that. Leah, back to you before I mess this up anymore.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for the explanation of plagiarism and how to flag it actually in the evaluation system. Maybe an invitation from my side really to all of you. If you have questions, don't hesitate to ask us these questions by using the forum, but also use the forum maybe on sharing your lessons learned, what you would have done differently for the next paper that you write. I think this is a learning platform for you, thinking about the next essay, but also a learning platform for us. So where do we have to give more support in the next course, and what worked well and what did not work well? I think that is it from my side with regard to the peer evaluation and how to do that. We will actually meet again for the next Google Hangout on January the 6th. And there we will actually discuss the process, how we as instructors are going to select the best papers, because we plan to create an ebook where we put together the best essays, and also then share this ebook with you for you to read what your peers actually developed. And then we are also going to invite a few of those best authors for the following Google Hangout, so which will be in January 18th, I think. But more on that in the next Google Hangout on January the 6th. And so that's it from my side. I think thank you very much first for submitting your essay and for staying committed until the very end, and for doing the peer assessment really thoroughly and seriously, and in a way that you really help your peers develop on this journey. So thank you, and then with that I will pass back to Richard.
Yeah. I'd like to take the opportunity of wishing you all a happy Christmas, a happy New Year, because this is usually a holiday period for us all. So I hope that if you're sharing it with friends and family, it is everything we want, and that we have a really nice transition to a new year with reading 4 essays and commenting on them as well. I shall be basking in even more tropical temperatures, so just to make you all jealous, it should be 27 degrees where I am, so I'm quite looking forward to that. So from me, to wish you finally a happy Christmas, happy New Year, and last words then from Leah to say goodbye and say the same to you as well. From me, it's goodbye. Thank you. Leah, do you want to wish them happy Christmas?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I only said thank you for the submissions. But yes, also from my side, I wish you all the best for the new year, 2016. So all for the plans you have. And of course, for those who celebrate Christmas. So I wish you wonderful holidays. So thank you, and see you on January the 5th.